Hello everybody, what is going on? My name is Ken and welcome to a brand new video. Today we have the pros and cons of Don Bradman Cricket 17. Now, I've had a few people in stream ask me what are the pros and cons of this game, and I thought, I answered them on stream, and then I thought, why not make this into a video just in case anyone else is wondering about a few pros and cons. Now, these aren't all of them, these are just what I and this other guy named Jezza came up with. Big thank you to Jezza. I asked in the Discord chat if anyone had any pros and cons of DBC at really late last night, and this guy responded, which is awesome. Everyone check out Jezza's channel, link in the description down below, and also join my Discord if you want to be involved in future things like this. In the background you can see some gameplay, 5-5, I just go for slogs against India. Now, let's get started. We'll go pro, con, pro, con. Now, the first pro might sound a little bit stupid, but it is a cricket game. Finally, a new cricket game. Now, I know we did have DBC 14, but it is awesome to see a new cricket game that you can play that is fully updated, made this year, if you know what I mean, because it doesn't go like FIFA or Madden or NBA. So it's really cool when you get a good cricket game, and that is what we got. So that is the first pro. So everyone should be excited about that. That is a pro that we get finally a new cricket game. We'll move over to a con, and that is the constant crashing of the game. But I know how to fix it. I will probably make a video on the crashing, but there is still the issue of the crashing for everyone else that hasn't fixed it yet. So I think Tyson Bennett also made a video on how to fix it, so you can go and check out that. But yeah, these are just, this is just, you know, it's mainly to do with the logos. Big Ant actually responded on one of my videos, which was awesome of them. Thank you so much, Big Ant. That is amazing. But that is basically what we got there, constant crashing. Probably not constant, but, you know, it still crashes a fair bit. Not for me right now, because I fixed it, though, with the logos. Next pro is the fun gameplay. It's a cricket game, and you can dig in, play a 5-5, a T20, you can play a T10, you can play, you can create your own type of game, you can play a test, and you can have a lot of fun if you want to, you know, play in innings through, or if you just want to go out and have a slog. You can still do that, and it's a really fun gameplay. Lots and lots and lots of things that you can do. So the next con is not many new modes. Now there was, which I'll be talking about, a massive improvement to a mode, but other than that we have the exact same modes as DBC 14, I believe, other than the Cricket Academy, which we'll be talking about later. So that's just a minor con. I guess the game makes up for it, but you know, I heard that some people would have liked new game modes, but you know, I didn't really mind. I think it's good how it is, honestly. But you know, I'm not giving my pros and cons. I'm giving like the community's pros and cons, so to speak. Next is the in-depth career mode, where you can start from club level and you can work your way up. You can play for a bunch of different teams now, which you didn't have in DBC 14, and you can play in Pakistan, you can play South Africa, you can play everywhere, England, you can play in Australia like the Big Bash, in the domestics, and then you can go and play county over in England, as I said. You can just do a lot of stuff, and you start from club level, you work your way up, you become captain of each team, and you can play for a bunch of different teams, which is awesome, so you're not having to simulate through a year just to play another game, which I reckon is amazing. You can keep playing. So that's pretty good. I really like the in-depth career mode. There is a lot that you can do, like upgrade your play, you can have a look at your stats, you can do so much, and it is so much better than DBC 14. Next, the annoyance of having to download the real teams due to licensing. Now, this can also become into a pro later on, but it is quite annoying when you first get the game. You want to get dug into a match straight away, and then you just open and you're like, oh, damn, didn't download the teams. So it is quite annoying, but I can understand due to licensing. Obviously, Big Ant aren't million billionaires that can't have the licensing to every single team. But I reckon it's fine, but it can be really annoying once you first get the game after you've just gone out and spent $100. You come home and you're like, oh, it's kind of annoying. So if you are looking to get DBC 17, just remember, don't be expecting to play the game straight away after it downloads. Maybe, I don't know, half an hour once you get all the teams you want, like the domestics and club cricket. Next is the ability to create stadiums, teams, players, and more. So you can create your own stadium, which is awesome, which you can play in. You can create your own teams, which is awesome. You can fill a team of your friends, a team of YouTubers if you want, and you can create your own player as always. Now we'll move on to the next con, and it is the same type of gameplay as DBC 14. Now I know I said the gameplay is fun, but it's basically the same gameplay as DBC 14 with a few minor tweaks. So I don't reckon it's too bad, but some people think it is really quite annoying. But you know, it's the same type of gameplay that and it feels the exact same as DBC 14. But what can you expect? It's a cricket game. Alright, so we'll move on to the next one, and is the ability to share your creations, like your stadiums, teams, players, and more. Like I said before, the ability to share that. If your friend wants your stadium that you created at your house when he was over, then you can put it up and he can download that, and you can both play on it. If you want, say, a team of YouTubers, if you're making a team with people and you want them to create their own player, you can download it off. There's just endless possibilities, which is awesome. The ability to share your creations. Next one, the next con is that some people do not like the graphics. I reckon the graphics are perfect, honestly. I reckon the graphics are great, but some people really do not like the graphics. Like, they join my stream and they're like, what is these graphics? These graphics suck. Now, personally, gameplay matters more than graphics for me, and I reckon the gameplay is awesome, but some people do not like the graphics. I'm not going to go too far into this because I kind of like the graphics, in all honesty. Alright, so the next one is that the game tends to run at 60 frames per second, which is awesome. You have a smooth game of cricket. You can just play smoothly without any lag, except online. You know, sometimes I can understand the online, but when you're playing a career or something, you can play at 60 frames per second most of the time and have a great experience. The next con is that sometimes the non-striker or the batsman is non-responsive or unresponsive. So, say if they've just hit it and you want them to run, the batsman or the non-striker could be running it, and they'd be 3/4 down the pitch, and then, you know, you just have your guy at the end, and then you'll get run out. So, you know, sometimes it is quite unresponsive, but you know. And it's another pro is that it's much harder to master the batting and hit sixes, which I fully agree with. They've made it a pretty much a lot harder game. Even if you play on the easiest mode, it is still hard to hit sixes. Go through the career, you can't just hit sixes because you're a low rated player, and you need to, you know, get used to the batting because it's a lot harder. Now, the next con is that the kit logos look extremely pixelated up close in the game. When you're playing the game, you can kind of see on the kit, like say if it was KFC, looks a bit pixelated, doesn't look a bit real, but from further away it looks pretty fine, I reckon. So I reckon that's alright. Next pro is that the bowling overlay is much cleaner and a lot smaller, which is amazing. It is much easier to have a look, and your game looks so much better with a smaller overlay to bowl. Now, the next con, the last con actually, is that all the bowling actions are quite similar. So say if you're bowling with Stark and then you bowl with Hazelwood, or you bowl with, I don't know, you bowl with someone from all around the world, the actions are all the same, the technique, everything's all the same, and same with the spin bowling. So we have another pro here, and that is that finally the consoles can now have the real kits, the real logos, the real bats, and everything, which is amazing. It used to only be PC that could have this, but now the consoles can have it through the Cricket Academy. The Cricket Academy is a massive hit, and it is awesome that we can all have the real kits, logos, bats, and everything on console, so we are all ready to play. And I think it's awesome that we can have a realistic cricket experience with Don Bradman Cricket 17. It is a massive hit. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed, please smack the like button and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. DBC is a good game. If you have any more questions, comment them below. I know I went kind of fast in this video.